Good morning, friends. I am 94 years old. I live alone, and every day I wake up with a quiet gratitude that fills my heart. You might wonder, how is it possible that at my age I am healthier than many half my years? The answer lies not in magic, but in 5 simple morning habits that have become my ritual, my sacred dance with life. First, I greet the dawn with gratitude. Before I rise, I sit quietly and thank the universe for another day. This moment of stillness opens a door to peace within me. It reminds me that health begins not just in the body, but in the mind and spirit. Next, I move not in haste or force, but in gentle waves. A slow stretch of my arms, a soft bend of my knees, a walk through the garden. These small movements awaken my body, whispering life into my muscles and bones. Then comes nourishment, but not hurried or careless. I choose foods that honor my body's wisdom, simple, fresh, and whole. Each bite is an act of kindness, a gift of energy and healing that carries me through the day. Hydration is my sacred companion. Water, pure and clear, or a warm cup of herbal tea, these liquids flow through me like rivers, cleansing and renewing. I drink deeply, knowing that even the smallest sip carries life's essence. And lastly, I feed my mind and soul. A few moments with a book, a puzzle, or quiet reflection. These practices keep my mind sharp and my heart open. They connect me to the larger story, to the world beyond these walls, and to the endless possibilities within. Living alone at 94 is not a tale of loneliness, but one of freedom. Each morning, these habits root me in strength, joy, and health. And so I invite you, whatever your age, whatever your path, to find your own morning ritual. Because health is not just a gift, it is a daily practice, a gentle unfolding of life's grace. Thank you. There is a quiet power in solitude, a gentle strength that many only begin to understand when life slows down and the noise of the world fades away. Living alone, especially in the later years of life, can seem daunting to some. Society often paints it as loneliness, isolation, or a sign of weakness. But I have discovered a different truth, that living alone is not a burden to bear, but a gift to cherish. It is a space of freedom, a sanctuary for the soul, and a precious invitation to know oneself deeply. When you live alone, you enter a relationship with silence. At first, this silence may feel vast and unfamiliar, a shadow that stirs fear or sadness. But with time, silence becomes a friend, a sacred companion that teaches patience, presence, and peace. In solitude, the clamor of opinions, expectations, and distractions grows faint, allowing the whispers of your own heart to be heard clearly. This is a rare and valuable gift. The world outside may rush and roar, but within the walls of solitude there is a stillness that nurtures the spirit. Independence blossoms in this quiet space. To live alone is to embrace your own rhythm, your own choices, your own way of being without compromise. There is freedom in waking up and deciding how the day unfolds, no one to answer to but yourself. This independence is not about isolation but about sovereignty. It is about standing firmly in your own light, trusting your wisdom, and honoring your needs. The power of making decisions for oneself cultivates confidence and dignity, which grows stronger with each passing day. Living alone also means cultivating self-reliance, a skill that reveals our resilience. When no one else is there to assist or remind you, you learn to listen closely to your body and mind. You become attuned to your needs and limits, practicing kindness and care in ways that nurture your whole being. This attentive self-care is not born from loneliness but from respect, a deep understanding that you are your own first caretaker. This relationship with yourself can be one of the most nourishing and transformative experiences of life. Solitude invites reflection and creativity too. Without the constant hum of conversation or distraction, there is space to explore thoughts and feelings with clarity. Living alone is like having a quiet studio for the mind and soul, where ideas can grow, dreams can be shaped, and wisdom can deepen. Many of the most profound insights and moments of clarity come from times spent alone. It is in this quietude that we can listen to our true desires, understand our fears, and discover the courage to embrace both. Moreover, solitude teaches us to appreciate companionship in new ways. When we are comfortable and whole in our own company, we choose our relationships with intention and gratitude. Living alone does not mean being disconnected from others. Rather, it means we approach social connections from a place of fullness rather than neediness. Friendships and family visits become cherished gifts rather than obligations. We learn to celebrate the quality of connection over quantity, savoring meaningful moments that nourish the heart. There is also a profound peace in learning to be content with oneself. The world often pushes us to seek validation, distraction, or entertainment to fill the spaces inside. But living alone gently encourages us to turn inward and find joy in simple things: a cup of tea by the window, the warmth of sunlight on the skin, the rhythm of breath, or the song of birds outside. These small moments become profound celebrations of life when experienced with full attention and gratitude. Solitude sharpens our ability to savor presence, and in this savoring, joy quietly grows. Many who live alone discover an unexpected lightness as well. Freed from the dynamics of constant companionship or caretaking, there is room to shed expectations, roles, and judgments both from others and from oneself. This freedom is like a soft breeze that clears away old burdens and allows the heart to open wider. With solitude comes the chance to live more simply, more authentically, and more gently. It is an opportunity to nurture the self with compassion and patience, knowing that one's own presence is enough. It is true that living alone requires courage. It demands facing moments of vulnerability without distraction or defense. But courage, too, becomes a daily practice, a quiet bravery that grows stronger with each morning greeted and each evening settled. In this courage, we find our true strength, not the strength of grand gestures, but the steady endurance of a heart that knows how to hold itself tenderly through all seasons. To embrace solitude with joy is to honor the rhythm of life itself. Just as the earth rests in winter to gather energy for spring, our own need for quiet time is natural and essential. Living alone creates a space for this rest, this renewal. It is a gift that allows us to be fully present for ourselves and ultimately for others in a deeper, more genuine way. In this way, living alone is not a sign of loss, but a path to discovery. It is an invitation to meet oneself as a lifelong companion, to celebrate one's unique story, to listen with kindness to the inner voice, and to dance with the freedom that comes from self-trust. It is a sacred space where the heart learns to sing in its own key, where the soul finds room to breathe and grow. And so, I cherish living alone not because it is easy, but because it is real, a true reflection of life's profound mystery and beauty. In solitude, I have found joy, I have found independence, I have found the quiet, steady pulse of health that carries me forward day by day with gratitude and grace. If you want, I can also craft the other keynotes or expand another part similarly. Certainly, here's a 700-word expansion on the theme ***. Start the day with gratitude and positive intent. Mind set shapes health and happiness. ***. Crafted in a reflective and calm tone. Each morning offers a fresh beginning, a chance to turn the page and write a new chapter. How we start the day sets the tone for everything that follows, and I have found that beginning with gratitude and positive intent is one of the most powerful gifts we can give ourselves. The mind is a fertile garden, and the seeds we plant in those first quiet moments often grow into the fruits of health, happiness, and peace. Gratitude is the gentle art of noticing the good, even in the smallest details. It's waking up and feeling the soft comfort of the bed beneath you, the light slipping softly through the curtains, or the steady beat of your heart reminding you that you are alive. When we cultivate gratitude, we turn our attention away from scarcity or worry and toward abundance and possibility. This simple shift rewires the mind in subtle but profound ways. Starting the day with gratitude is not about ignoring difficulties or pretending everything is perfect. It is about choosing to acknowledge what is good amidst whatever challenges exist. In doing so, we create a foundation of strength and resilience. Gratitude becomes a lens that softens harshness and opens the heart. It invites us to see life not just as a series of struggles, but as a mosaic of moments worth savoring. When the mind begins the day with this attitude, it creates a ripple effect. Positive feelings rise gently and quietly, like the first light of dawn. This calm positivity shapes how we move through our hours, how we respond to stress, how we connect with others, and how we care for ourselves. A grateful heart is less burdened by fear or frustration. It allows space for joy to emerge, even in simple things like a warm cup of tea or the song of birds outside the window. Alongside gratitude, setting positive intent is like planting a guiding star for the day's journey. Intent is not just wishful thinking. It is a deliberate choice to focus the mind and spirit on something meaningful. It might be a hope for kindness, patience, or courage. It might be a commitment to listen more deeply, to move with gentleness, or to find moments of stillness. Whatever the intention, it anchors us in purpose and mindfulness. When we start the day with positive intent, our actions become aligned with our deepest values. This alignment nourishes our sense of integrity and well-being. The mind, once scattered by worries or distractions, finds clarity. Intent shapes attention, guiding us toward behaviors that support health and happiness rather than habits that drain energy or cause harm. Scientific studies support what many of us have felt intuitively. Mindset influences physical health in powerful ways. Positive emotions and outlooks have been linked to lower levels of stress hormones, stronger immune function, and even longer lifespans. The way we think and feel impacts how our bodies heal, how our hearts cope, and how resilient we become in the face of adversity. Starting the day with gratitude and intent is a practice that helps harness this mind-body connection for good. This practice does not require grand gestures or special circumstances. It begins with small, simple moments of attention. It might be as quiet as a breath, or as visible as writing down 3 things you are grateful for each morning. It might be saying a soft affirmation or imagining a quality you wish to embody throughout the day. These small habits weave together into a fabric of meaning and hope that supports the whole person. Over the years, I have come to treasure these morning rituals not as chores, but as invitations to presence and joy. They remind me that no matter the challenges I face, age, illness, or solitude, I hold the power to influence my experience through the way I meet each day. Gratitude and positive intent open the door to possibility rather than closing it with fear or doubt. Beginning the day in this way also deepens my connection to the world around me. Gratitude makes me aware of the countless gifts that life offers, often unnoticed. The kindness of a neighbor, the beauty of a blooming flower, the comfort of a familiar song. Positive intent reminds me that my actions ripple outward, touching others and the environment. When I set an intention to act with compassion or patience, I become part of a larger flow of goodness. There is a gentle humility in recognizing that each day is a gift a new opportunity to practice kindness toward myself and others. Gratitude softens the heart, making it more receptive and less judgmental. Positive intent focuses the mind, helping to choose actions that reflect love rather than fear. Together, they create a harmony within that radiates outward. This harmony nourishes health, not just as the absence of illness, but as a vibrant sense of well-being. It supports happiness that is steady and deep, not dependent on circumstances, but rooted in the way we engage with life. When the mind begins in gratitude and positive intent, it learns to navigate difficulties with grace, to find meaning in everyday moments, and to celebrate the simple pleasures that make life rich. It is remarkable how these morning moments, often overlooked or rushed through, hold the power to shape our days, months, and years. The practice of starting with gratitude and setting positive intent is like lighting a candle in the dark, a small flame that grows stronger and steadier, guiding the way forward. When I rise each morning, I remind myself that my thoughts have power, that the attitude I bring shapes my experience. I invite gratitude to fill my heart and positive intent to guide my steps. This choice does not erase hardship, but it softens its edges and brightens the path. It nurtures health, vitality, and a happiness that flows not from external things, but from the quiet strength within. Let me know if you want me to expand another keynote or help with anything else. Absolutely. Here's a 700-word expansion on ****. A gentle movement awakens the body, simple stretches or a slow walk prime the day. Written in a calm, reflective style. The way we begin to move in the morning often sets the tone for how our whole body will feel throughout the day. There is a subtle magic in gentle movement, a quiet awakening that stirs muscles, joints, and breath from their rest. At 94, I have come to cherish the simplicity of slow, mindful motion, the kind that honors the body's rhythm and speaks softly to every fiber of being. When the body has rested through the night, it is wrapped in a delicate stillness. Bones may feel stiff, joints tight, and muscles reluctant to stretch. Yet within this quiet is the potential for renewal. Gentle movement is the key that unlocks this potential. It is not about pushing or forcing, but about listening and responding with kindness. Each stretch, each slow step, is a conversation between the body and mind, a way of saying, I see you, I care for you. Starting the day with simple stretches is like tuning a finely crafted instrument. The arms reaching overhead, the spine lengthening gently, the neck rolling slowly side to side. These movements ease tension, improve circulation, and bring fresh oxygen to every cell. They awaken the senses and prepare the muscles for the tasks ahead. The act of stretching is more than physical. It is a mindful practice that connects us to the present moment. As we stretch, we breathe deeply and feel the quiet unfolding of life within us. Walking slowly, whether indoors or outside, carries its own special gift. Each step is deliberate, each footfall a small meditation. The rhythm of walking encourages a steady breath and calms the mind. When we walk with attention, we notice the world in new ways, the way the light filters through leaves, the softness of the breeze on the skin, the gentle sounds of morning. These small details become part of the healing process, nourishing not only the body but the spirit as well. Gentle movement in the morning also helps to awaken the nervous system in a way that is calming rather than overwhelming. Rather than jolting the body awake with sudden, intense exercise, slow stretches and easy walking signal to the brain that it is time to transition smoothly from rest to activity. This helps regulate blood pressure, heart rate, and breathing, creating a balanced start to the day. The nervous system responds well to kindness, and gentle movement is a form of self-compassion that supports overall health. For those of us living alone, this ritual of movement can be a grounding anchor. It is a moment when we check in with ourselves, observe how the body feels, and respond accordingly. Some days the body asks for more stretching, more time to awaken. Other days it craves a slow stroll through the garden or along a quiet path. This flexibility allows for listening deeply and honoring what the body truly needs, rather than forcing a routine that may not fit. The benefits of morning movement extend beyond the physical. There is an emotional and mental lightness that comes from waking the body with care. When muscles loosen and blood flows, mood often lifts and stress softens. Gentle movement stimulates the release of endorphins, natural chemicals that enhance feelings of well-being and calm. It encourages a positive mindset, helping to frame the day with optimism and grace. In addition, this practice fosters balance and coordination, which become increasingly important as we age. Slow, mindful movement strengthens awareness of how the body occupies space and moves through it. This awareness reduces the risk of falls and injuries, helping to maintain independence. By greeting the day with gentle motion, we cultivate a connection to the body that supports safety and confidence. Many find that incorporating simple yoga poses or Tai Chi movements enhances this morning ritual. These practices emphasize slow, flowing motion combined with breath and mindfulness, perfectly suited for awakening the body without strain. But even without formal exercise, the basic acts of stretching and walking are profoundly effective. They remind us that movement is not about performance or achievement. It is about presence and care. There is also a spiritual dimension to this gentle awakening. Movement becomes a form of meditation in motion, a way of honoring the body as a vessel of life and experience. Each stretch and step is an offering, a humble gratitude for the gift of being able to move at all. This recognition deepens our respect for ourselves and the life force that flows within us. The morning is a sacred time, a quiet threshold between rest and activity. By inviting gentle movement into this space, we create a bridge between night's stillness and day's possibilities. The body awakens gradually in harmony with the breath and mind, setting a pace that feels natural and nurturing. This slow, deliberate start becomes a foundation for a day lived with awareness, kindness, and vitality. Even on days when energy feels low or the body aches, gentle movement can offer relief. It prevents stiffness from settling too deeply and encourages circulation that soothes discomfort. The simple act of moving slowly can spark a shift from resistance to acceptance, from heaviness to lightness. It is a gentle reminder that the body is always ready to engage with life, if only we listen with patience and care. In my own experience, these morning movements have become more than habits. They are moments of connection to myself and to the world around me. They bring a sense of calm and clarity that follows me throughout the day. They remind me that health is not just the absence of illness, but the ongoing flow of energy and ease in the body. So, as the first light touches the window pane and the day begins anew, I take time to stretch my arms, roll my shoulders, and walk slowly through the quiet rooms or garden paths. Each movement is a gentle awakening, a soft greeting to the body that carries me through the years. It is a practice of love, a celebration of life in its simplest and most profound form. If you want me to expand any other keynotes or continue with the rest, just let me know, certainly. Here's a 700-word expansion on ***, and nourish the body with mindful eating. A wholesome breakfast fuels energy and resilience. ***, in a calm and reflective tone. Eating is more than just a way to fill the stomach. It is a sacred act of nourishment that connects us deeply to life. Over the years, I have learned that the way we eat, especially at the start of the day, sets the foundation for health, energy, and resilience. Mindful eating is an art, a practice of presence and intention that transforms a simple meal into a moment of healing and gratitude. A wholesome breakfast, savored slowly and thoughtfully, becomes the body's morning prayer, a quiet ritual of care and respect. When we eat mindfully, we begin by honoring the food before us. We see its colors, textures, and aromas. We feel the warmth or coolness in our hands and breathe in its scent. This mindful attention slows us down and invites the senses to fully engage. Rather than rushing through a meal or eating distractedly, we create space to appreciate the gift of nourishment. This appreciation deepens our connection to the earth, the seasons, and the hands that grew and prepared the food. A wholesome breakfast offers more than calories. It provides the energy and nutrients that the body needs to awaken fully and meet the demands of the day. At 94, I have discovered that certain foods support my vitality better than others. Whole grains, fresh fruits, nuts, seeds, and a little protein form a gentle yet powerful foundation. These foods release energy slowly, keeping blood sugar steady and preventing the fatigue or irritability that can come from spikes and crashes. They are rich in vitamins, minerals, and fiber that support digestion, immunity, and brain function. Mindful eating also means listening to the body's signals of hunger and fullness. Often, we eat out of habit, boredom, or emotional need rather than true physical hunger. When we pause to check in, we learn to distinguish between these urges and the genuine call of the body. This awareness helps us choose not only the right amount of food, but also what feels nourishing and satisfying in the moment. Eating in response to real hunger supports digestion and absorption, fostering better health and energy. The act of eating slowly is a form of kindness toward the digestive system. When we rush, the body may struggle to keep pace with our habits. Enzymes and digestive juices need time to do their work, breaking down food and extracting nutrients. Taking time to chew thoroughly and savor each bite signals the body that it is safe and ready to digest. This gentle approach can reduce discomfort, bloating, or sluggishness, and promote a feeling of lightness and vitality. Breakfast is often called the most important meal of the day, and with good reason. After many hours of sleep, the body has fasted and is ready to receive nourishment. Providing it with wholesome fuel first thing restores energy levels, supports mental clarity, and helps regulate mood. For me, a balanced breakfast also means resilience, the ability to face the challenges and joys of the day with strength and calm. The food I choose acts like a quiet support, building a foundation for well-being. The ritual of preparing and eating breakfast can itself be a source of mindfulness and joy. Taking time to select fresh ingredients, to chop, cook, or arrange them with care invites creativity and presence. The simple act of sitting down to eat without distraction, no rushing, no screens turns a meal into a moment of rest and reflection. This practice nourishes not just the body but the soul, reminding us that health is holistic and connected to how we experience life. Mindful eating encourages gratitude for the abundance we have. In a world where food can be taken for granted or wasted, pausing to recognize its value is an act of respect. We remember the farmers, the sun, the rain, and the earth that made this meal possible. This gratitude deepens our relationship with food, transforming eating into a celebration of life rather than a mindless routine. Moreover, eating mindfully can help cultivate healthier relationships with food. It reduces the urge to overeat or choose foods that do not serve our well-being. Instead, we develop a sense of trust in our bodies and an understanding of what truly nourishes us. This trust grows over time, encouraging choices that support longevity and vitality rather than short-term satisfaction. For those who live alone, mindful eating is a practice of self-love and care. It becomes a daily affirmation that the body is worthy of attention and kindness. Preparing a wholesome breakfast and eating it thoughtfully affirms that we matter, that our well-being is a priority. This can be a powerful antidote to feelings of loneliness or neglect, transforming solitude into a moment of sacred connection. Mindful eating also teaches patience and presence. The simple act of focusing on food and the sensations it creates in the mouth and body helps quiet the restless mind. It invites a slowing down, a turning inward that balances the hurried pace of modern life. This inner calm spills over into the rest of the day, supporting emotional balance and clearer thinking. Science supports the wisdom of mindful eating. Studies have shown that people who eat mindfully tend to have healthier weights, better digestion, and more stable moods. The body benefits from improved nutrient absorption and reduced stress responses. This is no surprise when we consider that eating is not just a physical act but a complex interaction of mind, body, and environment. Over time, the habit of starting the day with a wholesome, mindful breakfast creates a rhythm of health and vitality. It becomes a gentle but powerful way to nurture resilience, the ability to adapt, recover, and thrive. This resilience is not only physical but emotional and mental, a steady force that carries us through life's seasons. In my own experience, this practice has been a cornerstone of well-being. It reminds me daily that I am worthy of care and that the choices I make in small moments ripple outward, shaping my experience of life. The morning meal is a quiet promise to myself to honor my body, to cultivate presence, and to begin each day with kindness. If you'd like, I can keep expanding the other points or help with the next part. Of course, here's a 700-word expansion on ***. Hydration is key to vitality. Water and herbal teas refresh and support organ health, ***, written in a calm and reflective tone. Hydration is a simple yet profound pillar of health that often goes unnoticed until it becomes urgent. At 94, I have come to deeply appreciate the power of water and herbal teas as gentle allies in maintaining vitality and supporting the intricate work of my body's organs. The body, after all, is largely water, a complex, living system that relies on steady hydration to function with ease and grace. Starting the day by replenishing this precious resource is a ritual of renewal, a quiet acknowledgement that every cell, every organ, depends on this fluid flow for life itself. When I wake each morning, the first thing I reach for is a glass of water. Overnight, the body loses moisture through breath and skin, and this mild dehydration can leave a sense of heaviness or sluggishness. Drinking water upon waking gently awakens the internal systems, flushing out toxins and rehydrating cells that have rested through the night. It is a pure and simple act, just water, yet it carries the profound effect of recharging the body's machinery and preparing it for the day ahead. Water's role in the body is remarkable. It lubricates joints, allowing movement to be smooth and pain-free. It cushions vital organs, protecting them as they work tirelessly each day. It aids digestion by dissolving nutrients and helping transport them where they are needed. It regulates temperature through sweat and breath, maintaining a delicate balance that keeps us comfortable and alive. Without adequate hydration, these processes falter, and the body's rhythm falters with them. Herbal teas add a soothing, nurturing dimension to hydration. Unlike plain water, herbal infusions carry the subtle gifts of plants' flowers, leaves, roots, each with unique properties that support health and well-being. I often reach for chamomile for its calming embrace, peppermint for digestive ease, or ginger for its warming vitality. Sipping a warm cup of herbal tea is like receiving a gentle hug from nature, a moment of calm that invites the body to relax and heal. Hydration through water and herbal teas also supports the vital work of the kidneys and liver, the body's natural detoxifiers. These organs filter waste from the blood, regulate fluid balance, and remove toxins that accumulate from daily living. Proper hydration helps them perform these essential tasks efficiently. When the body is well hydrated, It can flush out impurities with ease, reducing the burden on these organs and promoting a sense of lightness and clarity. In addition to physical health, hydration nourishes the mind. Dehydration, even mild, can lead to fatigue, headaches, and difficulty concentrating. Drinking water and herbal teas throughout the day keeps the brain alert and supports mood regulation. The ritual of sipping mindfully invites a pause, a moment of stillness that calms restless thoughts and fosters clarity. It becomes a gentle anchor, grounding us in the present and connecting body and mind. Hydration is especially important as we age. The sensation of thirst often diminishes, and it is easy to forget to drink enough fluids. Yet the need remains, perhaps even increases, because the body's efficiency in conserving water decreases. This makes a morning ritual of hydration all the more vital. By starting the day with water or herbal tea, we set a pattern that encourages ongoing attention to this essential need. Choosing herbal teas also offers variety and delight, encouraging the habit of regular hydration. The warmth of the cup, the subtle flavors, and the calming aromas all contribute to a sensory experience that makes drinking fluids a pleasure rather than a chore. This joy in drinking supports consistency, ensuring the body receives the hydration it craves. Mindful hydration also invites us to notice how the body feels. Drinking slowly and paying attention to the sensation of water or tea flowing through the throat helps cultivate a deeper connection to bodily needs. We learn to recognize signs of thirst early and respond with kindness. This awareness strengthens our ability to care for ourselves and maintain balance. Incorporating hydration into a morning routine is a simple yet profound act of self-care. It honors the body's needs and acknowledges the sacredness of life's sustaining elements. Water and herbal teas become daily reminders of our interconnectedness with nature, the rivers, springs, and plants that provide these gifts. This sense of connection nurtures gratitude, adding a spiritual richness to the act of drinking. Hydration also supports the skin, the body's largest organ. Well-hydrated skin is supple, resilient, and radiant. Drinking water and herbal teas from the start of the day helps maintain this natural glow and aids in the gentle elimination of impurities through pores. It is a form of beauty that comes from within, reflecting overall health and vitality. Beyond the individual, hydration has a communal dimension. Sharing tea with friends or family becomes a ritual of bonding, a moment of warmth and presence. Even when living alone, preparing a cup of herbal tea can feel like a ritual of hospitality toward oneself, an invitation to sit quietly, to nurture, to listen. The simplicity of this morning practice belies its profound impact. Drinking water and herbal teas is a humble yet powerful gesture that supports every function of the body. It is a reminder that health is sustained not just by grand efforts, but by consistent, loving attention to the small acts of daily life. For me, these moments of hydration have become sacred. They mark a pause at the beginning of each day, a moment of gratitude for the gift of life and the ongoing dance of health. As the water flows and the steam rises from a cup of tea, I feel connected to the flow of life itself, ever moving, ever renewing, and deeply sustaining. If you'd like me to continue expanding on any other points or help with the speech itself, just let me know. Certainly, here's a 700-word expansion on ***. A mental engagement sparks longevity. Morning reading, puzzles, or reflection keep the mind sharp. ***. In a calm and reflective tone. Keeping the mind active is one of the most vital practices for longevity and well-being. At 94, I have discovered that mental engagement is like a gentle exercise for the brain, sparking vitality and clarity that ripple through every aspect of life. The morning offers a perfect window to nurture this part of ourselves, a time when the mind is fresh, receptive, and ready to awaken fully. Whether through reading, puzzles, or quiet reflection, these practices cultivate mental sharpness and resilience, helping us stay connected to the world and ourselves. Starting the day with reading is a soothing yet stimulating way to engage the mind. It doesn't matter what the material is: a poem, a newspaper article, a chapter from a novel, or a passage from a favorite book. What matters is the intention to invite curiosity and thought. Reading opens doors to new ideas, perspectives, and stories that nourish the imagination. It challenges the mind to focus, interpret, and comprehend, creating pathways of connection in the brain. This active engagement is like a gentle workout, strengthening mental muscles and keeping them agile. Puzzles offer a different kind of mental exercise, one that combines problem solving with creativity. Crossword puzzles, Sudoku, word games, or even simple riddles ask the brain to stretch and reach, to make connections and find solutions. These activities encourage concentration and memory, sharpening cognitive skills that support daily functioning. The satisfaction of completing a puzzle or solving a tricky clue is also a boost to confidence and mood, reinforcing the pleasure of mental effort. Reflection, in its many forms, deepens the mind's engagement beyond facts and logic. Taking a few quiet moments to sit with one's thoughts, to journal, or to simply observe the flow of ideas and feelings creates space for introspection and insight. Reflection nurtures emotional intelligence and self-awareness, helping to process experiences and cultivate inner peace. It is a practice of mindfulness that connects the mind and heart, fostering a balanced and resilient outlook. Together, these activities create a rich landscape for the mind's health. They invite a rhythm of curiosity, challenge, and calm that nourishes cognitive function and emotional well-being. The brain thrives on novelty and stimulation, yet it also needs moments of rest and integration. Alternating between reading, puzzles, and reflection allows the mind to engage different areas, promoting overall vitality. Mental engagement is particularly important as we age because it helps protect against cognitive decline. Research shows that people who keep their brains active through varied and regular mental exercises tend to maintain memory, attention, and problem-solving skills longer. This is because mental activity encourages neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections and adapt. It's a beautiful reminder that the mind is not static but alive and responsive to the care we give it. Moreover, these morning mental practices help establish a positive tone for the day. Engaging the mind with thoughtful activities fosters a sense of purpose and accomplishment. It encourages a mindset of growth and openness, which supports emotional resilience. When the mind feels sharp and engaged, it becomes easier to navigate challenges, embrace opportunities, and enjoy the richness of daily life. For those who live alone, mental engagement can also be a powerful source of connection. Reading a book or solving a puzzle creates a sense of companionship with ideas, characters, or challenges. Reflection offers an inner dialogue that deepens self-understanding and provides comfort. These moments become invitations to be fully present with oneself, to cultivate curiosity and joy without dependence on external distractions. Incorporating mental activities into the morning routine is practical and rewarding. It requires only a few minutes but yields profound benefits. Starting the day with mental engagement is like planting seeds of vitality that grow and flourish throughout the hours. It encourages discipline and ritual, which in themselves support cognitive health by creating structure and predictability. The choice of mental activities can be tailored to individual interests and abilities. Some may find delight in poetry and literature, others in numbers and logic, and still others in quiet contemplation or creative writing. The key is to find what sparks interest and joy, as motivation is a crucial factor in maintaining consistency. When the mind is drawn to the activity, engagement becomes effortless and nourishing. This practice also aligns beautifully with the broader rhythm of self-care. Just as gentle movement wakes the body, mindful eating nourishes the body, and hydration refreshes organs, mental engagement awakens and strengthens the mind. It reminds us that health is holistic, an interplay of body, mind, and spirit. By attending to the mind with kindness and intention, we support a fuller, richer experience of life. The beauty of mental engagement lies in its accessibility. It requires no special equipment or physical exertion, only the willingness to pause and turn attention inward or toward meaningful content. It can be done in a quiet corner with a favorite book, at a small table with a puzzle, or sitting peacefully with a journal. These simple acts become rituals that enrich the morning and set a foundation for a day lived with clarity and grace. In my own life, I have found these morning mental practices to be anchors of joy and strength. They create a space where I can explore ideas, celebrate small victories, and nurture calm awareness. This daily habit not only keeps my mind sharp, but also feeds a deeper sense of purpose and belonging. It is a reminder that growth and learning are lifelong journeys, unfolding gently with each passing day. Through reading, puzzles, and reflection, the mind remains vibrant and engaged, a wellspring of vitality that supports longevity and quality of life. These simple, intentional acts spark light and energy that carry through the hours, inviting a fuller presence in the world and in ourselves. If you want, I can help weave all these expansions into a speech or assist with anything else. Absolutely. Here's a 700-word expansion on ***. Connect with nature and breathe deeply. Morning sunlight and fresh air heal both body and soul. ***, in a calm, reflective tone. There is something profoundly healing about stepping outside into the early morning light, breathing deeply, and allowing the fresh air to fill the lungs and the soul. At 94, I have come to cherish these moments as essential rituals that nurture not only the body but also the spirit. Nature offers a gentle, timeless medicine that calms the mind, energizes the body, and reconnects us to a rhythm far older and wiser than the noise of everyday life. The simple act of connecting with nature each morning, feeling the warmth of the sun and the coolness of the air, becomes a sacred practice of renewal and balance. Morning sunlight carries a unique energy. It is soft and golden, different from the harsh brightness of midday. When the first rays touch the skin, they awaken the body's systems in a gentle, natural way. Sunlight triggers the production of vitamin D, a crucial nutrient that supports bone health, immune function, and mood regulation. This invisible gift of light is essential for vitality and longevity, and yet it can be taken for granted. Each morning, when I step outside or sit by a sunlit window, I feel a quiet gratitude for this nourishment that flows from the sky. The healing power of sunlight goes beyond the physical. It lifts the spirit, gently dispelling shadows of fatigue or melancholy. There is a warmth that spreads not just on the skin, but deep within the heart, a reminder that light exists even after long nights or difficult seasons. This light invites hope, clarity, and a sense of peace. It encourages a mindful presence, grounding us in the here and now. In these moments, the mind quiets and the soul breathes freely. Fresh air is another profound gift of nature that sustains health. Breathing deeply in the morning fills the lungs with oxygen that fuels every cell. It supports brain function, circulation, and energy production. The air outdoors is often cleaner and richer in negative ions, which are believed to enhance mood and reduce stress. Inhaling this fresh air is like drawing in vitality itself, washing away the stale energy of indoors or restless thoughts. Deep breathing in nature is more than a physiological act. It is a practice of mindfulness and presence. When I breathe slowly and fully, paying attention to the rhythm of inhale and exhale, I feel anchored in my body and connected to the world around me. Each breath becomes a bridge between the internal and external, a reminder of life's flow and continuity. This simple awareness can calm anxiety, ease tension, and invite a profound sense of well-being. The sounds and sights of nature enrich this experience. The rustle of leaves, the song of birds, the gentle breeze on the skin all contribute to a sensory harmony that soothes and restores. These natural symphonies remind us that we are part of a larger whole, connected to the cycles of earth and sky. This connection fosters humility, gratitude, and a deep sense of belonging that nourishes the soul. Spending time outdoors in the morning also encourages gentle movement. A slow walk through a garden, stretching under a tree, or simply standing barefoot on the earth awakens the body and stimulates circulation. This light activity, combined with sunlight and fresh air, supports cardiovascular health, flexibility, and balance, all vital for aging gracefully. It is a holistic embrace of nature that nurtures body and mind together. The rhythm of the natural world offers lessons in patience and resilience. Observing the steady rising of the sun, the gradual blooming of flowers, or the slow dance of clouds encourages a slowing down and acceptance of life's pace. This rhythm is often at odds with modern hustle, but is deeply restorative. It invites us to honor our own cycles of energy and rest, promoting balance and sustainability in health. Nature's healing is also deeply emotional and spiritual. Being outdoors can lift feelings of isolation or loneliness, offering a sense of companionship with the living world. For those who live alone, like me, these moments in nature are a vital connection, a reminder that life pulses everywhere around us. It becomes a form of meditation, a time to listen deeply to the heart, to the breath, and to the subtle messages of the earth. The practice of connecting with nature each morning builds a foundation of resilience. It is a gentle armor against stress, illness, and the weariness that can accumulate with age. The light and air nourish the body's defenses, while the calm and beauty restore emotional balance. Together, they create a sanctuary of health and peace that supports a long and vibrant life. This connection to nature need not be grand or complicated. Even a few minutes spent by an open window, feeling the sun on the face or inhaling the breeze, can have profound effects. A small garden, a patch of grass, or a tree-lined street can become a daily sanctuary. The key is intention to pause, to notice, to breathe, and to receive what nature offers without hurry or distraction. Over the years, I have found that these morning moments in nature offer more than physical benefits. They provide a quiet wisdom that seeps into daily life: patience, gratitude, acceptance, and joy. They remind me of the preciousness of each breath and each day, fostering a gentle reverence for the body and the world it inhabits. In this practice, I have learned to welcome the morning not as a chore or obligation, but as a gift, a sacred time to renew, refresh, and reconnect. The healing sunlight and fresh air are constant companions on this journey, quietly sustaining vitality and lifting the spirit. They remind me that health is not just about what we do, but about how we live, breathe, and belong. If you'd like me to help assemble all these points into a full speech or work on any other part, just say the word. Certainly, here's a thoughtful conclusion to tie together your speech. In living alone at 94, I have come to understand that true health and vitality arise from simple, mindful habits that honor the body, mind, and spirit each morning. Embracing solitude with joy, starting the day with gratitude, awakening the body through gentle movement, nourishing myself with wholesome food and hydration, engaging my mind with curiosity, and connecting deeply with nature. These 5 morning rituals are the quiet foundations that keep me healthier than many half my age. They remind me that longevity is not just measured in years, but in the quality of each moment lived fully and with intention. By nurturing ourselves with care, presence, and love, we open the door to a vibrant, resilient life, no matter our age or circumstance. If you want, I can help weave this conclusion with the rest of your speech for a smooth finish.